TV Live. I'm Arika Parr. Here with me in the studio is Jeff Schweikert. He's the president and CEO of Home Care Assistance of St. Louis. So give us a little background about your business. How did you get into the home care health assistance industry?
Well, I spent most of my career in corporate America. I worked for a number of years in communications and high tech. And as the company was being sold, I started looking at what are some different considerations that I could look at to start my own business, because that had always been a dream of mine.
I love that.
And one of the things that happened, there's always sort of a personal situation that, leads you to make some of these different decisions in your life. Over the course of that year, both of my parents went through a healthcare crisis.
Okay.
And I started to get real up close and personal with the whole delivery system and, learning what are some of the different things that were available for my parents. And as I started looking for different business opportunities, this is one that just became obvious to me.
Okay. And it's a booming business. I see commercials for it like crazy. Why do you think now is the best time to be in this business, or why do you think it's such a popular business right now?
I think one of the things that's really driving it is, first of all, just the size and the enormity of the population, with the baby boomers starting to get
the elderly population,
absolutely getting into 65 plus. That plus, I think, just generationally, baby boomers. I'm a member of the baby boomers myself, but we're a different generation, and we like to have more choices. And I think there's been a number of surveys that have been done that show 9 out of 10 people given a choice want to be able to stay in their home. But they might get to a point where they might need a little bit of extra help to do it.
And you know what? I think we're becoming a generation. Usually it was like, if we get a job, we move out. If our parents get old, we might ship them to a old folks home, for lack of a better term. But now things are a lot different. And I think families, although if you watch the news it doesn't seem like it, but in my experience it seems like families are more close-knit. The children want to take care of the parents, but it is not a burden, but it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and you have a situation now as well where if the children are trying to help out, typically both the husband and the wife have jobs outside the home.
And kids of their own.
And kids, and oftentimes they're the ones that are feeling sort of caught in that sandwich, or right in the middle. They're trying to take care of their own children, plus their parents or other loved ones might need some additional assistance. So I think that's one of the things, though, as well. People now are a little more open to reaching outside of the family and looking for some additional help when it's necessary. And
you would step in and help them with that.
Absolutely.
So how do they make a decision on whether or not this is the correct avenue for them?
There's a number of things to take into account. I think oftentimes one of the best places to start is sit down and have a conversation with your loved one and really try to start understanding what are their desires, because it's a lot easier, to go out with your mom or your dad, or, have a conversation over a meal over the holidays, or go out and grab a cup of coffee, or go take a ride and have that conversation. And, if you ever were to get to a point where you were having some difficulty taking care of yourself, what is it that you would most like? Because we run into so many families that are in a situation where it's a crisis and we've got to make a decision today. And one sister might have heard that mom or dad said this, and another one has a completely different, and it really fractures the family.
Especially at a time of crisis.
Absolutely.
Everyone's so emotional. They don't really know how to feel or what to say and things like that. So.
And the other part, too, a lot of times, there's obviously the question, how are we going to pay for this?
Yeah.
And oftentimes children, because they don't talk to their parents about finances and those types of things, they don't know if their mom or dad have taken out a long-term care insurance policy, or what their situation is with savings, or what type of retirement that they're getting, and don't really know what they're going to have to work with. So I think getting some of those types of things out front in advance of having some type of a crisis is so much better.
So when we come back, we're going to talk more with Jeff, and he has a real life example of how he kind of got into a pickle with home care assistants in his own life, and also to how to really talk to your parents. What are some examples and tips on how to broach the conversation? Because I don't even know how I could talk to my mom about it, and I'm glad that you're here so you can share it with me and with others. We're going to be right back with more with Jeff Schweikert of Home Care Assistants of St. Louis right here on STL TV Live.